It's Week 17 of the National Football League, and the spotlight is on the Cardinals' superstar wide receiver. He's danced around coverages all year to the tune of 1,400 receiving yards so far.
The kicker, Brandon Aubrey, is out to get this one started. And off we go on EA Sports. And that's not going to be returned, as so many kicking teams elect to do. This is past the landing zone, and we'll start at the 30. Out comes the offense for the Bills, led by their quarterback at 6'5". That's Josh Allen.
Okay, I'm not taking a turn to negative town, even though it's going to sound like it. The 2 interceptions he threw last week, those obviously have to be eliminated, and that was the focus of practice this week. But let's face it, he did throw 3 touchdowns.
And they got the win.
So I think it was a good week for him to work on things. Had some positives, the win being first and foremost. Now he's just got to eliminate those interceptions.
And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he'll scratch out a yard up to the 30, and that's all. You get a look at their key inactives for this week's game. And Charles, clearly you don't want to have any of these guys unavailable, especially when you're where they're at fighting for a playoff spot.
I agree, because the postseason is on the line. So you've got to overcome the injuries and find a way to win. And the only way to do that, the guys available.
And I think the ball's out, but this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same. Josh Allen, very athletic at 6'5", showing the versatility, picking up the first on the scramble. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And incomplete, a drop there in the middle third of the field. That'll bring up second down. Allen. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 19 yards there on the catch and run. So into Cardinal territory now. It's 1st and 10 at the 36. Up the middle, it's Cook. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. You look at this Arizona defense. It's quite a unit, that's for sure. Number 1 in the NFL against the pass.
And I'm struggling a little bit trying to really categorize this crew. They're top 10 in the league against the pass, but the bottom half of the league in sacking the quarterback.
Now a loose football. The ball comes out, and the Cardinals have got it going the other way. And they are going to take over right there at the 22-yard line. Well, he's not the starter coming in, getting his first carry off the bench. That's not the way to earn more carries.
You have to stay in the game, even if you're not on the field, right? Stay mentally sharp, stay ready, and above all, when you get into the game, hold on to the football. Don't let the other team have it.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Now a stoppage here as we've got a Bill shaken up on the play. Well, always unfortunate to see an injury, especially this close to the end of the regular season. We'll step aside. Throwing now is Murray. Flushed out right. And Murray with a smart move there at the end of the play. Picks up the first down and then slides to the ground. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Here's Murray. Oh, he's got a man wide open. Complete. Touchdown, Cardinals. A great effort there. His 14th touchdown now on the year. And the Cardinals take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown. Well, Charles, here in their opening series, they said they had certain plays scripted for certain players. That looked like a well-designed play to get one of their top targets involved.
Yeah, let's face it, Brandon. A player of his talent is a problem for any opponent to defend, and we saw it right there. They tried to deny an open lane to him. He still outplayed the coverage and scored the early touchdown. Good luck trying to figure out how to defend him as this game moves on.
Now Allen. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first. They'll bring a tight end in motion right. On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he'll work this forward for about 3. It's second down. Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. Here's Allen. It's complete. Burks. Third and 4. Here's Allen to throw it. And that is incomplete.
Today's NFL, these big guys are featured receivers. They move all over the place to try and find good matchups. And they had one. They were just unable to complete the pass.
He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. And that one hits at the 7, but bounds into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. This could end up being a pretty big drive. I mean, look, yes, it's early in this game, but they scored the touchdown, they got the stop, and now if they could get in the end zone here again. Well, he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he'll take this one in for the Arizona touchdown. A great play there. An 80-yard touchdown. And the Cardinals are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Now the extra point up and good by Aubrey. And it's now 14-0. So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line. Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. As we grind toward the end of the season here, and they haven't had the season that they had hoped. So let me ask you to play GM. Where might they look to make some changes?
I think when you look into the upcoming draft, think hard about them drafting multiple offensive linemen. They've got to get stouter up front. And as a GM always tells me, Charles, this is a big boy league, and big people always end up winning games for you.
And he'll earn a couple of tough yards past the 30 to the 31. When you look at this defense, this unit currently 7th in the NFL, Charles, in stopping the run. Now
if they could just get their pass defense in line, this unit would be really, really strong. And remember the conversation with the defensive coordinator? He wants them to run.
Oh, Allen cannot get away, and down he goes. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. The Bills send the punter out as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Fielded at the 33. They'll call this a 41-yard punt, 7 on the return. And the Cards will take over, 1st and 10. Here's the Arizona offense now as they get set to take over. Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one. As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about. And you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent, and that allows you to make a play on it and oftentimes knock it away.
And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a first down.
And it's a real luxury when you have a guy who can turn a short throw into a solid gain at any moment. Once he caught that ball, he ID'd where the open grass was and got there in a hurry to pick up a new set of downs for his offense.
Throw left side, hauled in by McBride. And he is going to lose yardage here. So it goes as a completed pass, but they lose a full 5 yards.
In today's NFL, we're accustomed to the tight end getting downfield and creating plays and wreaking a little havoc in the secondary. Not on this one, though. They diagnosed that one really well.
Tried the dump off, lost yardage. Over the middle, it's complete. Now following the completion, we're going to get a stoppage here for an injury. But not what you want to see this late in the season. Medical staff is going to check on him, and we'll step aside for a moment. From the gun, Murray. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Gallagher. And he's got a first down as the tackle made at the Bills' 27-yard line. Give him 18 on the play. A first down carry now for Miller. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards. Well, if they can execute the run-pass option like that, it puts the defense in a really, really tough spot.
The running ability of Kyler Murray makes defensive coordinators and players crazy because essentially now you have an extra running back there.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. Trey McBride from 8 yards out. And the Cardinals have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns. Aubrey Good with a PAT. And it's now 21-0. So how about this for a start? 21-0 here in the first as they kick this one away. And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback. And we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores. And I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate. Look at this. Middle of the field. A breakaway. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. A big play there. 70 yards. And the Bills are able to cut into that deficit. Extra point splits the uprights. And they'll cut the lead to 21-7. A pretty wild first quarter. 21-7, our score. The Bills with a football as we start quarter number 2. As they've got it as we resume action. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. And they're going to have good starting field position. He's out of bounds, but not before he's across the 35. The Cardinals offense and Kyler Murray headed back out onto the field. And he's been a nightmare for defenses to try and contain all year long. NFL leader in rushing yards at the QB position here late in the season. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there at second down.
Brandon, once that one broke down, there were only so many options left for him to take. Fortunately, only first down, so he smartly got the yardage he could get and didn't worry about trying to turn it into a bigger play and end up taking a bigger loss. Here, they hope they can regroup and get something different going here on second down.
And he'll be forced out of bounds all the way down inside the 20. And he's already well on his way to a Pro Bowl and very likely an all-pro season as that last catch moves him past the 1,500-yard mark on the campaign. He finds his man complete. It's Gallagher. And that's good for a gain of 6, and that'll bring up second down. They'll give it up the middle to Miller. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. 7 yards on the pickup there, and now they'll have it first and goal.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
This offense continues to be a hot knife through butter. 3 drives, 3 scores, and knocking on the door again on drive number 4. And he's able to break out of 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. Give him 4 yards there on the first down keeper. From the 2 now, second and goal. And he will get into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. It's their quarterback. his first touchdown on the year, as his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further. The extra point up and good by Aubrey. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30. Out come the Bills as we take a look at the playoff race in the AFC. Well, including this week, 3 weeks remain in the regular season, Charles, and it is going to be interesting to see how this playoff picture sorts itself out before we head into the postseason.
Competitive, entertaining postseason, that's what we're always striving for. But I think we get it during the regular season, too, because you never know how things are going to go during the final weeks of the season. Every team pulling out all the stops to get a better seed or just to get one of those 7 seats at the table.
And they'll send the tight end in motion here. So the shotgun snap to Allen. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
Now Allen. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Kalijah Kancey in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done. Throwing now is Allen. A nice job of eluding the pressure there, scrambling for 11.
Partner was a definite passing down, but he was able to leak out and pick up some good yardage, even though the coverage was excellent. Maybe it's not exactly how they drew it up, but he still got a big chunk of yardage on second down.
And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, first down. To throw, it's Allen. Completes this to Elijah Higgins. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30.
Personal foul, unnecessary roughness,
A little too much extracurricular there.
When you have a game with a lot of contact, tensions are going to run pretty high. You're going to be emotional, but you have to harness it somehow, and he didn't on that play.
So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. Allen going to throw. And this is caught for a Bills touchdown. N'Keal Harry from 13 yards out. And the Bills get a bit closer.
That's almost just not right. You cover everybody, but those tight ends, they can be awfully reliable.
Very reliable. The defense just has to hate those guys.
This drives them crazy because oftentimes you can't match up with them. They have you either with size, speed, or maybe even just strength.
Here's the Bills kickoff unit out as they will send this one away. And we will not have a run back here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 20-yard line. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. Slot man moves right. To throw, it's Murray. Under pressure, they got him again. It'll go as a loss of 3 on the sack, and it brings up 3rd down.
So this has been a lot like a tennis match, hasn't it? Back and forth. Both of these offenses having their way so far. So maybe the question isn't who's going to score the most points in this game. Maybe it's who's going to get some stops.
Yeah, absolutely. And that sack, finally a first step in the right direction for a stop. 14 yards is the pickup there, but it'll still lead to a 4th down. Here's Corey Bojorquez now. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. Here's Moore on the return. And he'll be out of bounds at the 25-yard line. It'll go as a 42, make it a 43-yard punt, 6 on the return. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. To the air, Allen. Catch is made by Harry. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Now a stoppage here as we've got a Bills shaken up on the play. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Allen now looks to throw. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked up by Marquise Bell. And they will score. It's a pick 6 for the Cardinals touchdown. Aubrey now for the PAT. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Now Allen to try again after the pick 6. Connecting on the out route here with Higgins. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards.
When you struggle on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
Normally you think the tight end's going to be able to catch the football and handle that contact, but in this case, maybe a little too much target to hit. That one was timed well, incomplete.
And he drops it incomplete, and their struggles continue here. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. They'll look to throw again. Now a diving effort right sideline. He's got it. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. The Bills passing game getting them down the field. They've got another 1st down. Back to throw again. That pass taken in by Burks. And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. 2nd down and 4. And they'll send the tight end in motion. Allen to throw once more. And this throw incomplete. Now the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down.
Normally being a big-bodied receiver plays to their advantage downfield. Go up and make the catch, take the hit, and pick up yardage. But in this case, the hit was timed really well and popped it free from his grasp.
And that is incomplete. But the pressure there on 3rd down, forcing the errant pass. 4th down coming up. And his kick is absolutely perfect. And the deficit drops now from 21 down to 18. These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted, but I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yep.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their history.
Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. And not an abundance of time remains on the clock, Charles, but you would think more than enough to try to extend this lead before intermission.
And when you're talking about extending the lead, I think you're talking about aiming for the end zone because there is plenty of time for that. The fallback is to get 3. But in your mind, you put 6 on the board right before the half. That's a heck of a dagger and great momentum to carry into the locker room.
And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
And with apologies to Dylan Thomas, apparently they're not going to go gently into the half. They're still out there firing haymakers. They took a chance on a deep ball there, but it winds up incomplete.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And they take him down. The Bills get to him. Now the Bills will use the second of their timeouts as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. And good coverage there by the punt team. They're able to get down there and drop him with authority. 1st and 10 here. You know, if they could just get 3 out of this, there's something about narrowing it to a 2-score game at half that makes it feel like much less of an obstacle. Throw left side complete. That's Hughes. The Bills are going to go ahead and use their final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. Throwing again on 2nd down. Allen. Looking left sideline, but it's incomplete.
So many times we've seen him try to escape the pocket and do something with his legs, but in this case, the pressure was too intense and he made the wise choice to just get rid of the football and make sure no one was going to get it.
They'll look to throw for it on 3rd and 1. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Now the Cards going to call another timeout, their second, as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And no one there to stop it. Hits at the 8, but it carries all the way into the end zone for a touchback. Well, the Cardinals going to get the football one final time here in this first half. And with a 3-score lead already, this is not time for a momentum change, so I'd imagine they'd be happy to just take this into the locker room. Murray going to throw. That's complete to McBride. The Cardinals forced to burn their 3rd and final timeout. So as they talk it over, we step aside. Line of scrimmage, the 28 now as they come up on 2nd and a couple. To throw is Murray. The throw here right sideline falls incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. Now Murray. Escaping the pressure right. Oh, a dangerous pass there, and it's intercepted. Now he's loose at the 40. Inside the 20. And he is going to score. It's a pick 6 and a Bills touchdown. Boy, a big play right there. I mean, a touchdown on this drive could have really put some separation on the scoreboard. Instead, it's the defense who scores. And, partner, we got a game again.
And we do have one because of what you just described. A defense.
Well, we're in the latter stages of this season. Everybody's getting antsy, so antsy that we're going to skip the halftime and get ready for the 3rd quarter. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half.
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. Down the right sideline. And he almost made it, but just short. Finally out of bounds, right down around the goal line. Well, that didn't take long. One play, and we're already looking at a first-and-goal situation. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. A great effort there. With 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game, as his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead. And here comes throw number 1 for the backup QB. And this one incomplete. So they went for the 2. They don't get it. And he wisely will throw that one away. So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30. So here's the Bills offense now. They get ready for their first possession of the second half. Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. And tough going there as he'll only get it up to about the 31. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Allen. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Higgins. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. Catch number 40 for him on the year. It's a first down. Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. This is caught at the 20. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. And again, it's Allen. Over the middle into the hands of Burks. Just a gain of a couple there. And it's 2nd down. Now Cook running right. Sheds off the tackle. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. A great play there. With his 6th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Bills are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead is trimmed down to 10. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. The football back in the hands of the Arizona Cardinals. This now a 10-point game, so things tightening a little bit after that last score. Murray and the Cardinals with a 1st and 10 at their own 24. They begin with a run by Miller. And a short pickup to about the 27. It'll be 2nd down.
The way things have gone in this one, the running game's been something of an afterthought, and that's not been too bad for them, has it?
Yeah, the offensive returns have been good, but I guess we figured he in the ground game would be a bit more involved. And they'll come up on a 2nd and 7 from the 27. A short one here, caught by McBride.
Ineligible receiver downfield.
Well, as a lineman, they are trained. You've got to stay close to home. If you're more than a yard downfield, they're going to toss that flag, and they did there. Here's Murray. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Catch and run, good for 24 yards.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, They almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
From the 46, here's 2nd down and 3. And great blocking downfield as he's got this almost to the 35-yard line. The decision to keep it turns out to be a good one. 11 yards in the first down. And they'll run it from the gun with Miller. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
It's a loss of 2. Brings up 2nd and 12. At the Bills' 37.
A short one here, caught by McBride. A few moving pieces on that play because that was an RPO, was it not?
It was, but one important piece that didn't move incorrectly, the offensive line. Because when you're running this play, as he continued down the line of scrimmage, sometimes the lineman can wander downfield. If you're more than a yard downfield, it's illegal to throw the football at that point. But they held their ground, held their spot, and turned it into a nice game.
So the completion gets him just a yard, and it'll be 4th down. He'll look to throw. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. How about them biting off 15 yards there on the 4th down attempt and keeping the drive alive?
1st and 10 at the 12-yard line.
A shotgun handoff now to Miller. And here he'll get it down to the 7. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5 at the 7-yard line.
In motion now is Lee. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. Always unfortunate to see an injury, especially this close to the end of the regular season. We'll step aside. Now this time Murray to throw it. Under pressure now, and he's going to go down just inside the 5-yard line. Not the 1st and goal play they drew up. Multiple defenders in to bring him down to the ground.
This is a little hard for me to compute because I'm watching sack after sack happen, but somehow they're still behind in the game. I would expect all of this defensive pressure to translate to them taking a lead, and thus far, it hasn't happened. Time's winding down. They don't want to waste this type of performance from these ace pass rushers.
And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage, back at the 6. And now can they reverse the trend on 3rd and goal with the last 2 plays having gone backwards? And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time. Welcome back to the desert. We're in Glendale. It's Cardinal football. They're also out in front of the scoreboard as we get set for the 4th. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he'll take this one in for the Arizona touchdown from 6 yards away. And the Cards look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this 4th quarter. Aubrey good with a PAT. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And not willing to risk a return. This ball is going to come out to the 30-yard line. Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, that's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, They've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out-personnel. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
And he gets this one to Burks. Shedding the tackler, that gives him some room. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Good work after the catch. Going to net him 23 and a first. Throwing now is Allen. He gets it to Burks again. Only able to gain a couple there, and it'll be second down. So the shotgun snap to Allen. He finds his man, complete. That's Curtis. It's going to be a nice pickup, but he also takes a pretty good lick at the end of that one. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
And he is going to have a Bills first down, and comfortably so, as he gets 5 there on 3rd and a yard.
When an offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and that will bring up second down. Now Allen. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down. In motion goes the tight end. To throw, it's Allen. In trouble, and he'll go down back at the 12. This will go as an 11-yard loss there on 1st and goal. They'll try again on 2nd and goal after going backwards to the 12. Here's Allen. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down. Now Allen. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. The field goal doesn't help. They're going to go for the 6 here on 4th and goal. Now Allen, got to have this one. That's to his running back, complete. And he is going to be out of bounds here, short of the line to gain, so that will be a turnover on downs. Though certainly not the way that they were hoping that possession would end, failing to convert on 4th.
And now they've got to make sure that they keep their poise, they keep their confidence. Just because it didn't work once doesn't mean if they get that same situation later that they shouldn't go for it again. The defense feels great, but the offense, they can't be despondent.
So that run play nullified by the holding call on the tight end.
Yeah, I just think he needs to get off the ball a lot quicker and get into the block a little bit more effectively. Then he doesn't have to reach and grab and try and hold on.
Running left is Miller. And that won't buy him much room. Just a 1-yard gain to the 5.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
From deep in their own territory, they look to throw. He finds his man, complete. That's Gallagher. A gain of 8 there on the play. And that'll bring us to a 3rd and 4. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Matthews, the receiver, goes in motion left. And he'll get it here on the touch pass. And able to get this one out just shy of the 25 at the 24. First target, first catch at a first down. Just a simple tap pass, but it pays off in a big way.
And sometimes the simple stuff causes the most problems for a defense because there's a breakdown in communication there. When that receiver goes behind the line of scrimmage and it looks like he's going in motion, someone either has to go with him or he has to be passed off to another defender. Somehow they didn't get that communicated well, and it turned into a nice play.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And he'll get this up to about the 40. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry up.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Cardinals, they've got the football here as we get you reset. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win. And he was able to shed one tackle but could not get away from there. They'll wind up getting 3 on the keeper there, but it leads to a 3rd down. They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. They'll try to run for it with Miller. And a pretty athletic run right there as he's going to get this down inside the 40. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. And this play's still live. He faked the spike, going to throw it. But it's not going to work. He'll go down, and they got him. Multiple defenders get to him there, and that is the 6th time he's been sacked in this ball game. And they take a knee.